Welcome back, guys, to yet another World of Warcraft video on this channel. Today we are actually going over the Wowhead Economy weekly wrap-up post. This is number 220. Can you believe it? And as always, Seminan is the person to put these posts together, and we greatly appreciate it because it's a nice look at the entire community, which we all, it's nice to look forward to this every Sunday, which is a little bit ago for me recording this video. But anyway, before we get into it, make sure you guys drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel with notifications on, and drop down in the comments below what you think of these posts. Like, are you happy that they're created? Do you feel like they could get improved in any way? Do you feel like they should cover something else? Make sure you drop that down in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it. But as being the 220th, we can see the table of contents today are going to be material buffs and 9.2 sales, Mage Tower becoming permanent, and then somebody talking about making 100 million on old content, TSM troubles, and some after that, obviously, further reading. But as to the first one in line, material buffs and 9.2 sales, if you guys did not see this earlier, a little week ago or whatever, March 24th, this is now 4 days ago, Blizzard posted this in the middle of the night that they had made an increase to Soul Ash and Soul Cinders, which is not super important, but they have done a slight increase to the drop rates of Progenitor Essentia and Heavy Callous Hides, and also slight increase to drop amounts of Light Silk, Shadowlands Ores, and Callous Hides. So we obviously did a lot of testing for this. As I can tell right now, we're getting around 5 to 5.5 Progenitor Essentia an hour, which is a lot, and obviously that's going to make the price go down. It's already gone down on a lot of realms. As for the Heavy Callous Hide and Callous Hides, I haven't been able to check that much, but for the Shadowlands Ores, they have also been buffed quite heavily in the amounts. We've been able to see 22 ores drop from a rich ore, and anywhere from 8 to 16 from a normal ore, so definitely a big buff. And obviously, I expected Progenitor Essentia to eventually get buffed. A lot of us did. But all of these other things, it was like kind of out of the blue. We didn't really expect Blizzard to do something like this, but it's good that they do, and they're aware of what's going on in the game. And I think this is pretty good for the game. So good, and there's still a lot of testing that is required for a lot of these things. So we don't know the specifics for all of them yet, but we know a lot of it, which is yeah. But also, as Seminan says here, this is more of a bolt-on fix, with the main issue really being in the now huge waste of materials and unsellable items needed to either craft them yourself or learn the latest ranks. We don't have to look far to see a more robust mechanism in place with the crafters marks. I wonder what the legendary market would look like if they had used the same system. And what he's talking about here is the fact that leveling up legendaries, you waste a lot of materials, right? Going from rank 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, it's a lot of materials just wasted on nothing, because people probably don't buy the lower ranks anymore, especially with rank 7s getting cheaper and cheaper to buy. And it's actually been kind of interesting to look at the markets, which is also something that we've seen here. We've not quite seen the effects of these buffs yet, but one thing as predicted by Tercinus was the regular Shadowlands ores have skyrocketed in price, something like Sinvir. And this is something that happened on multiple of the realms that I actually played on as well, and we saw that the price went up and the quantity went down on a lot of these ores. And I think it's because when things like this happen, a lot of people panic, and then the people that don't panic, they might actually work in the other direction from the people that are panicking, right? So they benefit from that. Eventually, these prices should calm down with the fact that we're getting a lot more of the Shadowlands ore like Sinvir. But initially, they actually took a pretty big skyrocket up into the moon. But yeah, as it says here, overall, it's great news for farmers if the prices remain high for a while, depending on demand. Also, be on the watch for potential vendor flips if the prices of base materials get low enough. And this is a point that I also talk about quite often. This is something that you are going to be able to see all the time with Desolate Leather, Shrouded Cloth, and also prospecting as well. People craft items and sell them directly to a vendor, something we call vendor shuffles. We've talked about it many times, but that is obviously something that's important as well. And then actually here as well, if you're farming Progenitor Essentia, then this guy on Reddit has made a handy weak aura. If you guys know what weak auras are, if you're interested, this is a little weak aura that will tell you that you do not have the Progenitor Essentia buff if you're out farming Progenitor Essentia. So if you're interested in this, go and get it. Now, next to that, you can see here that Penguin has a little video of 11 million gold profit breakdown since 9.2 launch. And she basically goes over a bunch of different markets, not only the legendary markets, but also some other things surrounding it. But most of it is definitely current content. So if you guys want to watch that, definitely go and watch this video for sure. It's a good watch. Besides that, Samadan features a little screenshot of some of his own sales. In the last 7 days, you can see he's made a total of a little over a million in sales, which is a good amount of stuff. And he also says, my own particular sales, I can report back that off the rank 7 legendaries that I do have in the market, the Shadowgas rings are the only ones that have sold for me. However, potions and many other similar items or smaller items are still selling well. And what you guys have to remember is Samadan plays on one of the smaller servers on the European side, on the English servers. He plays, so it's not a very big server. So that's one of the reasons why Shadowgas rings are one of the only things that probably sell for him, because that is one of the best legendaries for a lot of people, and the other ones might have a lot of competition compared to how fast they actually sell. But this is still very good. You can see he makes a lot of gold on a lot of other things than just legendaries, which is awesome to see. And then obviously the fact that the mage towers are becoming permanent. We've been talking about this a lot. When you guys are seeing this video, it's already out for NA, most likely, and right around the corner for EU as well. And obviously that's going to mean initially we can make a lot of gold for that from the mission, from the Mage Tower. You can see K-Jack put out a video here for the Mage Tower Goldmaking, and I did as well. So if you guys are interested in any of it, there is a lot of Mage Tower Goldmaking guides. For me, K-Jack, Penguin has a couple too, Student has some too, so there's a lot out there for you guys to enjoy. And then besides that, there's a little making 100 million gold on old content. Now this is a Reddit post where a person here that says, I deleted my account 04 said, he basically goes over the fact that he hit 100 million gold from old content only. You can see here, I've played since 2009. I took a 4-year break in WoD, never caught up. I have 20 tunes over level 50, but nothing higher than 54. Mostly engineering and alchemy. I have every profession covered. I've spent far too much time in the Sunsong Ranch farming for ore. And I have made countless sky golems and violet sands. If you guys don't know, this is the Half Hill farm. WoD blacksmithing is great on my server as well, he says. Leatherworking RAF to WoD is great. Enchanting BC to WoD is great. Farming volatiles, always great gold. So, and he also says, I run a lot of old raids to farm trash. I'm excited I hit my goal. So he hit 100 million gold on doing nothing but old content, as to what he says here, which is, you know, something that's very important to realize. You can make a lot of gold even if you're not interested in the current content. That's something that's a lot of people don't realize. It's definitely easy. Not easy, but it's very possible to make a lot of gold from old content. And then there was also the fact that TSM went down for like a full day, or maybe a little more, and this explains what happened. And I'll read a little bit of it for you guys here, and it says, from Sapu, we would like to provide a brief update on the status of the TSM services. Unfortunately, early this morning US time, which is multiple days ago now, we were notified by our hosting provider that the hard drive containing our primary database died, and they were unable to recover any data from it. We've been working hard today to restore as much as we can from our backups to get things back up and running. However, it does appear that data was lost and we aren't able to recover. We'll be providing another update as soon as possible with more information once we fully work through the remaining backups and have a good idea of what we lost and what the next steps are. They have put out more updates regarding this, so if you guys are interested in that, make sure you guys check out the Reddit and also the WoW Economy Discord, because they have a lot on there. But that is going to be everything that we actually have for this post. Again, thank you to Samadan for posting or putting it together every week. And yeah, if you guys made it all the way until this point in the video, type popcorn down in the comments below. Yes, popcorn, you heard me right. Type popcorn. You better type it. Okay, you better type it. But anyway, I appreciate you guys watching the video, and until the next one. See you guys.